cozy country stores, delicious maple shops, and everything cheese as we start our tour of the Green Mountain state of Vermont in today's episode of Livin Like Locals.
One thing that we're going to do on this video is we're going to be able to explore Vermont, take you to some really cool places. One of the first stops that we have is we're actually here in Weston, Vermont at the Vermont Country Store. You go in there and it's just vast, it's beautiful. If you can't find anything to buy, I don't know what's wrong. You could do your whole Christmas shopping in there. You have food, candy, fudge, cheese, clothing, any gadgets and gizmos in there, so I would definitely recommend coming to this place. Also, there's a great little restaurant right beside there if you want to grab something to eat, or they have snacks within there. But Weston, Vermont's a great place to come by. Alright, so for a few fun facts about Vermont, Vermont is one of only a few states that doesn't have billboards in the state. They outlawed them some years ago. Another fun fact about Vermont, it's one of the 14 states to come into the Union, the 14th. It was right after the 13th colonies that was originally founded. There's two presidents here that come from Vermont. One is Calvin Coolidge, who was actually born on July 4th, or the other one is Arthur Chester. Vermont is one of the first states to abolish slavery, and at one time it was actually a country of its own. It had its own currency, it started with its own post office, and that was there for, I can't remember how many years, but only like 10 or 15 years before it came into the Union.
Hey, we're going to do a maple tour of Vermont today, and we're starting at Morse Farm and Maple Sugar Works, and it's in Montpelier, Vermont. Let's go check it out. We didn't know what to expect from a maple store, besides the obvious delicious maple goods, but we weren't prepared for the level of detail about the history of this farm. So many times when you travel, you learn history of wars, or knights and generals, or in our case, where they film various movies. So it's refreshing to learn about the history of this one spot where they've specialized in maple syrup for so many years. And of course, in addition to the history, there's the syrup itself, which you gotta have when you go to Vermont. And check out these wood carvings.
One of the things when you go to a maple farm and you taste all of their wonderful maple from light to dark, but one of the things that's required is you get a maple creamy, which is made with the dark maple. Never had one before, my first time trying it, so here we go. Oh my god, it's so good. It's ice cream with maple flavor. It's excellent.
Another of our favorite places to stop at, not just in Vermont, but in general, are 50s diners. And we found one right outside of Manchester, Vermont.
I'm so excited. We were just driving along Vermont off of Route 100 and we came across this diner. I love diners. So we have stopped by. This is going to be our place to eat at. We'll let you know how it goes, but it's Bob's Diner. I'm totally excited. Let's go in and see how it all is.
The food was yummy, but we have miles to go. After all, nothing says Vermont like cheese. Sugarbush Farm in Woodstock, Vermont, right outside Quechee, is our favorite place, but you have to keep driving. And keep driving. And driving. Don't stop now. Keep driving. Almost there. You're getting close. Not there yet. Stay with us. It's worth it for the best cheese in Vermont.
We're at the Sugar Bush Farm. It's one of my favorite places to come to. So not only do they have cheese and maple syrup, but they also have some animals to take a look at. You can do some nature hikes. They also have a little area where they can show you how they make maple syrup. You can also do yummy tastings here as well too. The views are spectacular. We come here any time of the year, winter, spring, summer, and fall. It's one of our favorite places. If you're ever in Quechee, Vermont, please stop by. It's a great place. You will not regret it.
This place has got it all. A tour of the farm, a history of their maple syrup making, cheese tasting, and more cheese tasting, and dips and spices. They've got animals, some of them shy. And a really beautiful walk in the woods that's a perfect end to this Vermont travel day.
Told you you took my breath away.
So we're at the Green Mountain Sugar House. It's on the way near to Ludlow, Vermont, which is by Okemo Mountain for skiing and everything. There's a beautiful lake here. So we're just we were driving by and we thought we would go ahead and stop and kind of see what it is. They have maple creamies and everything else. So let's go on in and see what all they have, and we'll go from there.
I'd like to say we restrained ourselves and didn't buy some of these goodies, but we're guilty as charged.
Well, we couldn't resist. We ended up getting a maple creamy. This is a small with 2 spoons. So let's taste it. It's so good. It's just so good. It's maple ice cream. It's just fantastic for a great summer day. Looking out over the lake, you just can't beat it.
Thanks for joining us on our first Vermont episode of Livin Like Locals. Please come back for more episodes as we explore one of the most beautiful and tranquil states.